What is good, people? Welcome to episode 1 of the Quick Lab, where I'll be giving you guys quick tips and tricks on the techniques that I use in my production process. I get a lot of questions about the same thing, so that's what this entire series is about. Episode 1. Let's go. Alright, today's topic is sampling. A lot of you guys ask me, hey, how do you get your samples to sound so clear? Well, I'm going to show you. First thing I'm going to do right here, I have my favorite record. Oops, Here I Go Again by Edna Wright. It's one of my favorite records. I have a sample that I'm going to pull into here, and I'll show you exactly how to get clear sounding samples so that when you layer the drums over top of it, it flows seamlessly together and it sounds great. Alright, a couple quick notes before I play the sample for you. Gotta make sure whatever rate that you play the sample at, if you're recording a long sample, you want to make sure that your project tempo matches the exact same tempo as the sample that you're bringing in. For instance, I've already done this, but the tempo to this record sped up is 88. So I've done that by the M3 has a little tap tempo here that I can tap along, and I've approximated it's about 88, 87, something like that. Machine also has a tap tempo type deal where you can tap the tempo to get, the timing right. So you got to make sure that you match that first. Whatever program that you use, they have some type of tap tempo feature. Another important thing is when you're importing samples, you want to make sure that if you're speeding up the sample, the pitch is going to go up. So you also have to pitch your instrument that you're going to put on top of it. So for instance, this might be playing in a A or whatever, and you speed up the sample, it might change the pitch up. So you also have to pitch your instruments in order to match the sample so that when you play it doesn't sound off key. So just remember that when you're doing it. I'll show you what I mean in this video. So here's the sample. So that's the sample. Alright, so now we're ready to record our sample. As you can see here, I found that the tempo is actually 89, so I changed it. I labeled my sample because you should always be labeling things. Alright, on my record, I'm ready to import the sample. Start recording. For time purposes, I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to take these first 4 bars and make sure that I trim it down so that the kick matches right on at the beginning of the song. You can see for every bar, it's about dead on, for the first 4. So, here's what it sounds like. So, nice good loop there. You also want to make sure that when you're importing the sample that the audio is not too high. As you can see right here, I'll expand it so you can see, the wave doesn't peak the top. This is the top right here. It's not redlining. You always want to make sure that whatever audio you import doesn't redline, whether it be vocals or whatever, just so you can get a clear sample. Now what we're going to do next is that we're going to EQ this sample. I'm going to pull up a standard EQ that comes with Pro Tools, input it onto the track with the sample, and I'm going to take out all of the lows. The reason you do that is you want to take out all the bass, all the kicks, and all the low end so that whatever you add on top, it doesn't clash with the sample. And raise the highs just a little bit. So it's going to sound a little bright, but that's what you want so that you can accentuate it with other instruments but still have the sample be loud enough to hear, but you don't want all that other background noise. So here's what it sounds like. when the EQ is in play. So you can kind of hear it's a little bit brighter. I'll turn off the EQ so you can hear it first, so you can compare. And then this is it, and the EQ is on. So you might have to play around with the settings a little bit, but that's how you want. That's what you want to do. You want to EQ the sample so that you pull everything out, so whatever you lay on top of it, it blends really well. So now I'm going to throw on some drums just so you can kind of hear what it sounds like, you know, with some drums added on top of it, just to see how well it blends. So it gives a little bit more bounce. So yeah, add a little drums on top, and that's what it sounds like. Now I'll talk about, you know, what I was talking about with the pitch. Now this is just a plug-in, a piano plug-in from Contact from Native Instruments. Okay. Now you want to make sure that you pitch your instruments according to the sample. Since this sample was pitched, I don't know what key it's in. So I'm play along with it, you know, and try to find the right pitch. I might not have to do anything. I just might have to play a certain scale. But we'll see what it sounds like. I think actually that's in the black keys. See, I didn't really have to do anything, but this is how you would tune it. And every plugin has the, or should have the ability to be able to tune up and down, so you can match your sample and anything else that you want to play along with it. So there you go. That's how you get clear sounding samples. Just remember, you gotta always EQ the sample, turn down the low ends, raise the highs a little bit, and always pitch your instruments. So just a little how-to onto that. Next week I'll go into sampling part 2. People really want to know how to actually import stuff into software or even into machines. So next week I'll break that down. So I'll see y'all next week. Peace out.